We are in for a great morning this morning. When you walked in, you should have received a program, and inside of that is a card that says Start Here. I want you to go ahead and grab that and pull it out, put your name on it, and if you're new with us, maybe your email address on it. And I promise we won't abuse that information. We simply want to partner with you and serve you in any way that we can. And I want you to know, especially today, because I got progressive lenses, so I can see you if you're just staring at me and not filling out your card. For the first time in a long time, I can see you. My transition is complete. I'm now a progressive pastor. It's very exciting. Don't email us about that. Just a bad joke. Pull out that Start Here card. Get it filled out. If you have questions for us, if we can pray for you, partner with you, go ahead and get that ready. In just a second, we're going to also be passing a basket, and we're going to be receiving the offering. So if generosity is part of your expression of trusting God, this is the chance for you to practice generosity. We believe as a church that God has invited us to live generously, open-handed, and give generously. And so this is part of one of our expressions of this weekly gathering is we just like to give because it supports the things that God's doing in our church, in these cities that we love, and around the world. And so if you want to worship God by giving generously, you can do that. You can use the envelope in your program. You can text to give. You can give online. There's lots of different ways to do that. And like I said, in just a minute, our guest services team will come. They'll pass some baskets where you can drop in your Start Here card and you can drop in your offering. And hey, while you're getting that ready, I want to chat with you about something because one of the things that is very real with our community is that the church is actually at least three different things at the same time. Did you know this? The church is actually designed to be a family. We're told that we are the family of God and that we're a family that shares family life together. The church is also designed to be a movement, that we're supposed to be this radically inviting community of people so that everyone around us who wants to experience the life-changing love of Jesus could experience him. And the church is an organization. And so I'm the lead pastor of our church, of this movement, but I'm also the point leader of this organization. And we're like a medium-sized nonprofit. We've got a handful of staff, a few hundred volunteers, and then we serve about 600 of you each week, and maybe 1,000 or more when we get to Easter and Christmas and those fun, exciting times. And I want to talk to you for a minute about our family, and I want to talk to you about our movement, and I want to talk to you about our organization and my leadership in our organization. I want to say this, and I think you know, if you've been around for the last year or so, I think you can tell we're on the precipice of something great. Like God is doing something in our community in the way that we're reaching more deeply into Sonoma County and Marin County and actually inviting people to follow Jesus. God's doing something great in reaching people who are far from Jesus. God's doing something great in our community and helping us learn how to inspire and equip you to grow in your relationship with Jesus. And I really think that 2019, we're about to enter into a space that no church in Petaluma or Rohnert Park has ever been. In terms of our scope of influence, the way that we are guiding people to meet Jesus. And I think it's going to be awesome. But this is where it comes to me organizationally. I have realized as the point leader of this organization, man, in order for me to get ready to lead us where God is taking us in 2019, man, I've just got a lot of reading and praying and processing and probably some counseling to do to get ready to be the leader to lead us into this next season. The problem is I actually spend tons of time each week preparing to preach. Now that might come as a surprise to you because you think I just shoot from the hip and say whatever comes to mind. And while that is often true, at least in part, I actually spend a day and a half or 2 days studying, reading, researching, crafting in a way that it breaks it down into like a 30-minute thing that you could just take home with you. But I've recognized that I actually need to zoom out from the day-to-day and take some space to prepare us for where we're going in 2019. So what I'm going to do for the next few weeks is I wanted to try this for a little while, and I'm going to tell you something, and you're going to think it's a great idea. I just want to let you know right now, you're going to think it's a great idea because you like change. You didn't know this, but you do. You like change. For the next couple weeks, we're going to try something a little different. I'm actually going to step out of the weekly preaching for the next 4 to 6 weeks or so, and our founding pastor, Ron, is going to do some teaching, and then we're going to try some video teaching. Because there are voices, there are communicators around our country who are so good. And we live in the 21st century, and I want you to experience some of these other communicators. Now, let me save you an email. We are not becoming a satellite campus of someone else. Let me save you an email. We're not going to be doing video teaching all the time, but you like trying new things. So let me just remind you, you don't think you do. You like trying new things. This is why 90% of you are going to become Bears fans this year with me, because you like trying new things. Amen. Amen to that. So for this next couple of weeks, we're starting a mini-series on community, on what it's going to look like for us to know and be known, loved, and accepted, and actually experience the life-changing transformation of Jesus in the context of community. And I've invited via video my favorite communicator in the country, a guy named Andy Stanley. Now, I have learned more from him than maybe any other communicator. I've read all of his books. I've learned from him. When you see him communicate, you're going to think, oh yeah, that's kind of like how Kevin does it, because he has influenced me so much. And here's, some of you are crazy, and I love that about you, because I'm a little crazy too. Some of you are going to walk away thinking, I think we like Kevin more than Andy. If you think that, feel free to tell me, okay? Like, I want to hear that on a regular basis, because like you, I also have insecurities. So feel free to say, we like you. But when Ron's preaching, don't come out to me and say, we like you more than Ron. That doesn't ever go well, and we all know it's a lie. So Andy Stanley is going to be our communicator for the next couple of weeks, along with our founding pastor, Ron. They're going to take us into a little mini-series here on community and then take us into another series. I'll be back. I'll be emceeing each week, and I'll be regularly communicating in about 4 or 6 weeks. But for right now, I just need to zoom out and look at working on our community, on our organization, on myself, to be the kind of leader that can lead us into what I believe is kind of uncharted territory for a church in Petaluma or Rohnert Park. So that's where we're going.